All right. Guys ready for the last category? This is the home stretch. This is it. Then we started getting into the category winners. The judges will deliberate and pick an overall winner. And by the way, I have to compliment you. That beard is the manliest thing I've seen in all of London. Stand up. Just please show everybody. Come on. Don't be scared. Look at it. Show them that beard. That is. It looks like it smells good. Which I'll try after we get done here. And I invite you all to get in line behind me. So our next category and final category of the day is personal finance and robo-advice. Over 50% of consumers are unsure if they would trust robo-advice over human financial advice. 81% of all wealth management clients think that face-to-face contact is more important. And robo-advisors are predicted to manage 2 trillion pounds by 2020. So, without further ado, we're going to bring out our 3 companies. First, Shadi Sejinahad from Bedaan. Hello again. Yulia Clark from Cashoff. And finally, Lex Deek from Pia. Even got a woo! All right. Shadi.
Good afternoon. Nice
How are
to see you? Very well.
All the way
Happy
from
New
Iran.
Year.
We had a conversation yesterday.
Yes, and Happy New Year. It's the Persian New Year at 4:15, so Happy New Year to all the Persians.
All right. Persian New Year. Are you going to host a party later on? Are we going to do New Year's the right way with you?
Yes.
Okay, good. But first, 6 minutes for your pitch, and it begins now.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm the founder and managing director of Bedaan. What Bedaan does is takes the thinking out of investing on the capital markets in the Iranian capital markets. As you know, Iran is one of the most complicated capital markets because there isn't a lot of information on the capital markets. Although we celebrated 50 years of having a stock market a month ago, it's very new in terms of what it offers because of political issues. That's why the problem is basically there is no guidance about what's happening in the market. There is no independent financial reporting, so there's no Reuters or Bloomberg, and there's heavy reliance on rumors, and also there aren't a lot of people who have access to the right type of information and accurate information. So what we did was we devised the first bilingual automated advisory company that's based on a risk tolerance questionnaire that basically helps automate and optimize tools for domestic and international investors who want to go into the Iranian capital markets. Some of the things that we have is basically a risk tolerance questionnaire, and then we do portfolio optimization based on that. And then what we do is also we let you, the user, develop a trading strategy based on screening and also optimization of basically trading strategy that the user does, backtest, and optimizes. We also have a gallery of other products that we use in terms of heat map, and also it's like a looking glass so that you get better information about the capital markets and the listed companies and the issuers on the market. Basically, the customer base, there are 9 million codes, meaning that those are the users, out of which 6.5 million are active. We believe that normal distribution is about 120,000 that want to use optimized products, and we believe that every year we can capture about 1% of that. And the market for what we offer, there is 100 million annual turnover, so So even if we capture 1% of that, that would be very good for the Iranian market. Our revenue model for the domestic is basically B2B2C. We provide this service to financial intermediaries, portfolio management companies, brokerage companies, investment companies, who then provide that to their investors and their shareholders. We already have 2 contracts with 2 of the major brokerage companies in Iran. For foreign investors, what we do is a little bit different. We do it on a subscription base, and also we use it as a due diligence tool for anyone who wants to enter the Iranian market, not even as an investor, but anyone who wants to do business with Iranian companies. As you can see, the competitors that are in the market, none of them have our capabilities in terms of optimization, automation, or being online or providing the information on a real-time basis. In terms of traction, we were just awarded our financial data dissemination license 2 days ago. So we didn't provide any information to the domestic market until we got our license. But in terms of due diligence, we've made $30,000 after our soft launch. And since we've been awarded the license, we're going to be basically offering to the retail investors quickly. And as you can see from our financial projections, we will reach the break-even point in about 1.5 years, which is pretty good for our company. And as I said, what we do is basically we tell you where, when, and how much to trade on the Iranian capital markets. Some of the things that we've done, we're a knowledge-based company. So basically, we get some support from the Iranian government. We've just finished our first round of funding. We've developed an MOU with the African fintech company so that we provide this information for their market. And we have 2 USPTO patents that are pending. Our team is basically comprised of old and new. We have about 35 years of experience among us. I have experience in the international markets, worked at SEC, IMF, major legal firms. Our other team members are seasoned experts in the local market, and our head of our financial development team has won a lot of international mathematical awards and is an expert in his field. So basically, our question to you is, Bedaan, your missing piece to investing on the Iranian capital markets.
Thank you very much. Yulia, pass the click.
Yeah, sorry.
Yulia, Happy New Year.
Thank you. I've just learned about it. I had no idea.
Do you have a favorite holiday?
No, not really.
Oh, all right. All black, no, I see.
Probably, yes.
We're the same wavelength. No favorite holiday for Yulia. But I bet you have a favorite company. Favorite company?
My favorite company, Cashoff.
There you go. So you get 6 minutes to tell everybody why. Your time begins now.
Right, thank you very much. My name is Julia Clark. I'm marketing director at Cashoff. And today my role is to tell you about our company, about our service, try to engage you and actually to make you excited, as I am, about what we are doing and how we are doing it. So at Cashoff, we are creating profit-generating solutions for banks and unique digital experience for their consumers by gathering and analyzing consumers' financial flows. But to put it simple, we are one of the few companies to really prioritize consumer experience inside digital banking app. So being a global company, and with a team who is speaking more than 23 languages, we are actually headquartered in London and have a sales office in Hong Kong. We've been strong ties with over 30 banks worldwide. And also, among our partners, there are like 1,000 suppliers of goods. But mainly, we received positive feedback from final consumers. And this is priceless. How did we achieve it? Basically, we provide a unique feature inside digital banking app where consumers will be able to claim their cashbacks for concrete purchased items, and it will be funded by suppliers of goods. So since 2013, we actually were developing strongly differentiated loyalty programs, which will be able to let win both parties, banks and their consumers. But I think nothing will lead better and show you how our service works when actually to go through the consumer journey. So let's see a bit how it works. Being a white label service, we're actually creating some sort of top, let's call it offers, where consumer can select preferred offer from the suppliers of goods. Consumer needs then to accept terms and conditions of this offer and to purchase the required item with a bank card. Let's say I would like to claim today my cashback through Oral-B toothbrush. Cashoff service has a variety of methods to upload receipts, depending on the country where we're operating in. It could be from loyalty programs. In this case, your consumer simply needs to tap a loyalty card while paying by purchasing a concrete item. Also, receipts could be uploaded in some countries by QR barcode scanning or by simply receipt scanning. Afterwards, Cashoff service links this receipt to appropriate bank transaction in order to avoid any kind of fraud from the side of the consumer. Of course, Cashoff enriches the receipt data by providing all information about merchants, name, location. We're dividing items by categories, showing the prices of goods, and of course, highlight the item on offer. The original part of our service is actually that neither banks nor merchants have to fund cashback. Now, cashbacks will come directly from suppliers of goods. So my cashback for Oral-B toothbrush will be funded directly by Oral-B. Being a data aggregator and having an opportunity to collect data from different banks, for us, it actually doesn't matter with which bank card your consumer is going to purchase this item, because the cashback will go directly to the partnered bank card. For companies, for banks who are not ready or maybe want to see other types of loyalty programs, we're also providing other types of them. So it could be e-certificates when, while purchasing one item from some brand, I'm getting further discount on further items of this brand. Or co-marketing offers, so while purchasing an item from one brand, I'm actually getting the discount on the partnered brand. Collecting all of this data from the receipts, banks, loyalty programs, etc., we are analyzing it through machine learning, AI tools, mathematical modeling, which allows us to actually forecast consumer buying behavior. And this leads us to another feature, which is called Smart Advice. For banks, Smart Advice is a huge opportunity to upsell their products like mortgages or insurance, or simply to remind their consumers to add some item to their shopping cart. All of this would have not been complete if not to make it visual for the consumer in terms of reports. So we provide different types of reports, and that's how we can look inside the app or the web. So to conclude, I would like to tell you that consumer experience was a main trend for the past 5 years inside digital bank, and we have expertise on that. So let's reach, engage, and retain consumers together with Cashoff. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia, and for remembering to pass the clicker. Lex Deek.
Hi.
It's like the name of an action star. I feel like Jason Statham and Lex Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fintech guy.
Yes, and Pitch. Like that should be the name of the movie. Where are you from, Lex?
London.
Ah, awesome. You got a lot of woos when you walked out.
Yeah,
So you must be a hometown favorite. But let's see. 6 minutes. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Your 6 minutes begins now.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Lex. I'm the co-founder of Peer. Our mission is to revolutionize the way that people see investments, the way that they access investments. Now, this is a pretty sophisticated room, I'm sure. And we all know, we have this feeling that our money should be working harder for us, right? But it's overwhelming. There is so much choice. Is it robo? Is it crypto? Is it, oh no, another platform? On the train on the way down here, I think I counted 1 in 3 of the adverts was for another investment platform. And we're not alone. According to our friends at the FCA, in a review published last year with HM Treasury, there's 24.6 million people not being served. These are people with between 20 to 50,000 pounds investable assets. They don't know where to go. So I'm thrilled to introduce you to Peer.
Is this my handheld for the interviews? Good. Okay. Yes? Okay.
Okay, so decent beat for the last pitch of the day. I'm sure that's welcome. So 3 key problems, right? I touched on the fragmented market piece, right? There are just so many options. You get this paradox of choice. You don't act. Analysis paralysis. This is compounded by the fact that the quality of educational content is really poor. It's dull, it's lackluster.
I'm calling all 8.
It's typically produced by manufacturers of investment products, in which case there's always a bias, clearly, towards selling more of their own product. And there's still this stigma, this lack of trust in the financial services sector, which a lot of us here are doing great work to remedy, but we're not quite there yet. Peer is your personal investment assistant. Peer is an end-to-end solution that gives experienced and new investors the tools and the knowledge they need to invest with confidence. We are creating some of the most engaging content, interactive, multimedia, adaptive content, long-form, short-form copy, podcasts, videos, games, to help people become more confident and comfortable with investing. Dare I say, learning about investing should be fun, should be engaging. We need to get some dopamine flowing. Peer takes the form of a chatbot principally and is always there. It's channel and device agnostic. You can ask questions about the market. You can ask about new products and services without bias. The more you engage with Peer, the more you use Peer, the more we get to know about you. This is great for us, clearly, from a data perspective, but it means that your experience becomes tailored, not just in the products and services that we present, but in the format of the content that we serve up to you. You don't have to have 50 tabs open in your browser. You don't have to create a spreadsheet on that rainy Sunday afternoon that never actually comes. We're bringing together all investment products and services, from equity crowdfunding to peer-to-peer loans to listed securities trading to crypto to bonds to finding an IFA or a wealth manager, everything in one place in a way that allows you to focus on the detail that matters to you. We talked briefly about AI on the consumer-facing side, but we're embracing this fully internally as a business to improve our processes, to allow us to scale, and also to provide our partners and suppliers with more insight, allowing them to reach wider audiences more meaningfully. We've got a great team, really privileged to be working with some of the most experienced, some of the most talented and driven people. Our stakeholder advisory and operational team boasts former C-level execs from Barclays Wealth, from Money Supermarket, from Coutts, from Wells Fargo, from TransferWise. Our AI and product design guys are the sharpest guys that we could find, and it's just a privilege to work with everyone really involved, really bought into the vision, and we're all working together. We are taking on a huge challenge here, and the team has the drive and enough healthy naivety about what we're doing to address one of the UK economy's largest problems. And I've got 45 seconds left, which is unprecedented. So I'll leave it there. I'm the man standing in between you and the bar, last man standing. So thank you very much for listening. Thanks for indulging me.
Next, Steak and Jackie Chan. Judges, are you ready for questions? 3 minutes.
So a question for Yulia, Cashoff. Can you give us a sense of user engagement and how many offers ultimately get claimed by users?
Yes, look, there are different scales of if to consider the project successful or not. Depending on the type of the bank that we're working in, because we can work with corporate banks too. So down there, the click rank is high, but the proceeding with the buying the product and afterwards reclaiming cash back with some insurance companies, etc., it's a bit hard. But in terms of retail banking and the consumer's goods, the rank is really high. More than half of offers are actually clicked. And let's say for each of the offer, supply of goods provides the budget. So if, like, let's say their time is still there, but the budget ran out, we should close it. So it happened a lot. So it means actually that consumers quite a bit participated in that. Thank you.
Lex, I have a question for you. Competition. You see there's a lot of robo-advisors. This has got a good buzz to it. PIA, private personal investment assistant. Assistant is the next trendy word. We all hear it. Point is, how do you compare? Where do you think your competition is?
So if you take all of the robo offerings out there, typically there's a beautiful onboarding UX. You then have an option of 3 or 4 different baskets of passive funds to choose from. So it's a very narrow offering. And actually, there isn't that much smarts going on behind the scenes. They're getting there. But they've kind of stolen the term robo, I think, as a chic marketing piece. We are across the whole market, right? So if you don't know where to start, robo is a good option for a lot of people. You know, I'm a big fan of robo, but it's only one of many, many options out there. So the more competition there is in the market, the more reason there is for us to exist.
Shadi, happy Persian New Year.
Thank you.
So question for you is, what are your development plans for future? I mean, where do you see your company in like 5 years? Any additional features, markets you want to conquer?
As I said, what we want to do, because there's not a lot of information, there are no credit rating agencies because of US sanctions and other geopolitical problems. What we're trying to do is like basically issue a report card for each share based on market sentiment, on fundamental and technical factors, so that the investor has a better idea of what will happen to the performance of the share. And as I said, we've already talked to a few countries. And we have an MOU with the Kenyan company to basically expand to other markets. And also, since the Iranian market is one-sided, it can be seen as a Sharia compliant. So we can also, we have plans to expand to Sharia compliant and Islamic exchanges.
Okay, so basically you're focusing on market research.
Well,
market
no, we have
information?
basically what we're doing is we have capability of trading off our platform by being associated with an OEM. So what we want to do is basically provide a one-stop shop to the investor who comes in, so that from A to Z in terms of what they need to do on the market is done right there on the platform.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
One round of applause for our final category. Thank you, guys. You can exit the stage.